UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer's visit to China could mark a strategic reset in bilateral relations.
Welcome to China!
Oh, thank you so much.
It is the first visit to China by a British Prime Minister in 8 years. The trip follows a prolonged cooling of ties after the post-2018 golden era, shaped by Brexit, global turbulence, and intensifying geopolitical pressures. So how might this trip shape the future direction of China-UK relations? The China-UK golden era can be traced back to more than a decade ago, when economic cooperation was the main focus.
It is great to be back.
Then UK Prime Minister David Cameron sought access to the Chinese market to help recover from the 2008 financial crisis. The frequent exchange lasted till Theresa May's leadership. 2018 was also the last time a UK Prime Minister visited China, when the two sides vowed to carry on strengthening ties. The momentum, however, did not last. Brexit was one factor reshaped the landscape. The UK's decision to reverse its earlier stance on Huawei's role in its 5G network was also seen by China as a setback to mutual trust.
Ukrainian crisis, COVID-19 or some other, also have a very, negative influence on this foreign policy of the UK towards China.
Domestic restructuring and trade negotiations took priority, while uncertainty over Britain's post-EU role complicated long-term planning with partners, including China. But the rising trade protectionism and geopolitical tensions are reshaping the global landscape. Across Europe, concerns over U.S. policies and shifting security priorities are prompting countries to seek greater economic resilience and strategic autonomy. China is increasingly viewed as a constructive partner in that process.
当前国际形势变乱交织，中英作为联合国安理会常任理事国，保持沟通，加强合作，符合两国人民共同利益，也有利于促进世界和平、稳定与发展。
This time, Prime Minister Starmer's visit focuses on pragmatic topics. He's traveling with senior business leaders, signaling the revival of a high-level bilateral business dialogue. About 50 major British companies and organizations from sectors including finance, medicine, and manufacturing are expected to take part. Ahead of this visit, China's Commerce Ministry convened a roundtable with British-funded companies operating in China. Chinese officials highlighted new opportunities linked to China's 15th five-year plan, particularly in services, green transition, and innovation. British representatives noted China's market potential and expressed confidence in long-term cooperation. The broader data reinforced this picture, with bilateral trade volume reached $103 billion last year. The market potential extends beyond the UK. Following visits by leaders from Ireland and Finland, Starmer is the third European leader to visit China since the start of the year.
More and more European companies and investors, they find out there is out of a reason to have this so-called de-risking policy towards China. Because fundamentally, both China and Europe, we are working in the same industry chain, and we shared more and more common interests.
Despite turbulence, the UK is signaling a recalibrated approach under Prime Minister Starmer's Labour government, reopening channels of communication and identifying areas where cooperation is possible and mutually beneficial. Though differences persist, China and UK both recognize that the dialogue and exchange serve the long-term interests. Starmer's visit could open a new pragmatic window for China-UK relations moving forward.